Good morning, Globe, and welcome once again to the Cooking Zone here on the Doomstead Diner. This morning, as you can see, we're back on our Section 8 cooking apparatus, the electric hot plate, which is an essential device that everyone should have as part of their preps and in their bug out package for disasters. If you have to go somewhere and you're gonna need to do some cooking, and if you have access to electricity, then these guys are invaluable. You don't need to use your propane stoves and the other stuff, and it saves you a lot. One canister of propane these days goes for about $4 now. When I first moved up to the last great frontier, they were about $2.50. Then they were $3 for a long time, but now they're up to $4. So you want to conserve that fuel if you can, and if there's electricity available, that's the way to go. All right. Enough about prepping up, and the next order of business is actually cooking my breakfast. And this is another one of the basics for dummies breakfast, which is I'm actually going to do two things, not just the egg. I'm going to have bacon and eggs on toast. Well, actually egg, because I only eat one egg at a time normally, and that's all I'm going to eat. And for this one, I want to have my egg over easy, and I'm going to use a special pan for this procedure, which is this guy. Which is, let's get it centered. It doesn't tip off. Which is one of these TV special pans, and it will cook your stuff and your eggs so they're perfect and make it easy, because today I'm doing eggs over easy and this will make it easy. And let's turn up our heat a little bit, and we'll shut the pan, which will also help it heat up faster, help the bacon heat up and cook faster. So once the bacon is ready, which shouldn't take more than a couple of minutes, but I might have to shut off the camera and come back if it's taking too long. And we're going to, after we get the bacon done, we'll take that out, and then we'll drop the egg in, and then cook that up. And the key with the egg, when we get it in there, is that the pan is at the right temperature. I do not like the egg to have a tough skin on it. You know, I don't like it to be brown. Some people like that, but not me. And oh, look at that. See, we're already sizzling, at least on one side. We'll move over this way so the other side gets cooking as well pretty quickly. And I like the egg to be, you know, smooth and of even consistency on the white. And then I also like the yolk to be kind of runny. Not real runny, but a little runny. Alright, time to flip the bacon already. See, this is getting done fast. And another thing is, how done do you like your bacon? My mom used to burn the shit out of it. It was like black. Not great. And I, when I was very young, liked it almost uncooked. You know, kind of like it is right now. And then I got, as I got older, I liked it, you know, brown and crispy. And that's how I ate it for most of my life, brown and crispy. But lately, because I'm having teeth issues, I have teeth issues, I'm back to eating it in the more rubbery stage. And we're almost done with the rubbery stage. And let's mush it around a little bit. Take this one out of here and put it in here, because this pan appears to be getting more heat. And we'll flip them one more time, and oh yeah, we're about done. And the nice thing about bacon and eggs, now if you're in a Section 8 motel room, is that they're quick. You know, it doesn't take a long time to make a bacon and eggs. And the management also probably will not catch on to the fact you're cooking too quick. Although they might. It's hard to say. So you can get away with it if there's a rule against it, and there most of the time there isn't a rule against it. And sometimes in some Section 8 type rooms, they actually provide you with a refrigerator, a microwave, and a 2-burner type of stove arrangement. So you don't even need your own in that situation. But then, if you go to a Bates Motel, what I call Bates Motels, which is, old hotels. Oh, geez, this guy's giving me trouble. Pick him up. I hate that. Hold on, I got to get another piece of equipment. If I go to a hotel room or a hotel that's one of these old style small hotels, one floor, doors right out on the parking lot, that look like the hotels from Psycho, the Bates Motel with Norman Bates, then I call them Bates Motels. And they're usually your cheapest type of motel, which I stayed in on many occasions when I was trucking. And I'm going to now shut off for a second because, as you can see, there's still quite a bit of fat swimming around in there from the bacon. And although I do cook my egg in some bacon fat, not that much. So I need to dump out some of this bacon fat. I don't throw it out though. I use this. It's called tallow also, animal fat, and the pig tallow in this case. And I use it to make candles, which I'll do candle making videos at another date. So anyway, the bacon's done. The egg is going to come here in about a minute. All right, I'll be back. All right, now that we've gotten rid of the excess fat that we don't really need in this meal, and we'll use instead to create light and heat in the form of a candle, it is time now to do the egg. And a key here on this is that at least for me, is that you don't want the pan too hot when you drop the egg in it. And hopefully this pan is not too hot. I don't believe it is. And hopefully also the egg yolk doesn't break, and it did not, which also is good news. Because that's always depressing to me when my egg yolk breaks. But it didn't this time, so that's good. Like I said, very good news. And as you can see, it's whitening up, but it's not doing so at a huge rate of pace, you know. It's not happening all that fast. And that's good as far as I am concerned. And I want it to be a little more evenly distributed around the pan, or around that little disc space in the pan, I should say. And at this point, I will turn up the heat just a bit so it goes cooks just a bit faster, you know. And now, the next stage, because this is going to be an egg over easy, and you can see the bottom is almost entirely white, but you still have translucent portion of the white part of the egg. Now we're going to close the pan and let her cook for a little bit until it solidifies enough to basically flip the entire pan. In the old days, you know, I would use a regular non-stick pan with a smooth bottom and flip it like so. And I can still actually do that because my left arm still works okay, and I'm left-handed. So that's very fortunate for me in terms of being paralyzed. This contraption, though, makes life a lot easier. And you get perfect shaped eggs out of it. And also, generally speaking, perfectly done. Unless you totally fuck up. Which, I've done. You forget about what you're doing and whatnot. I mentioned that before. Always keep track of the time when you are cooking and watch what you're doing as much as you can. And yeah, we're getting almost to the point to flip it. You don't want to flip it too soon because then the top part of the egg is too runny and it will kind of like spread out into the pan. So we're going to try, I think we're about right now for the flip. Hopefully. We'll find out once it's done, right? Well, maybe we'll find out right now, right? Oh, look, yeah. We're just about right. A little browner than I like. I like it a little whiter, but that's pretty good. And it doesn't take long when it's on this side. So what we will do next is take it off, put it on the toast, and then we will have a wonderful egg on toast with bacon breakfast this morning. So let's open her up and get under the egg, not break it, hopefully. Disasters, small disasters, all the time. That one was a small one. Oh, this is so hard with one arm. Let's try it from this side. Oh, that's working a little better. Almost able to do it. That's good. And boom, onto the bread. Yes, done. Mission accomplished. Egg on toast. And then we'll add our bacon. And the next portion is the fun part, right, of cooking, which is the consumption of the food. And now, in this case, I don't use a lot of salt because the bacon provides enough salt. I don't really need to add too much. I like to have like a bite of bacon with a bite of egg, and that's pretty much how I eat it. You know, in this case also, because it's on top of the bread, it gets some bread with it, you know, and the bread is underneath the egg in order to absorb the yolk once I bust the yolk. I think we'll go ahead and do that now on camera and see what the consistency of the yolk is like here. Oh, look at that. See, now that is how I like it. It's not super runny, but it's liquid enough, and that's a real good, perfect egg as far as I'm concerned. Egg over easy. And so now the last stage is to actually consume it, which in this case I'm not going to do on camera because it's just too difficult with me, with my arm, the way it is. I have to be in a different position than I'm in to actually effectively do some cutting with the knife. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and the highlights, most important parts, I think, are the fact that these pans, these specialized pans, are very good for creating a perfect shaped egg. These eggs also work well on English muffins and stuff like that. And you can also use them to make pancakes and other stuff, cookies, other stuff that you want to be round and perfectly round. They're really great pans. And they're non-stick and easy to use. How long they'll last, you know, I have no idea. But so far, this one's lasted me about a year. And the other important part, your Section 8 cooking apparatus, your electric hot plate. Make sure you have one in your preps and in your bug out package, and be ready for the day that the shit hits the fan, which it's coming soon to a theater near you. And that is all the cooking doom. This time until next time, here on the Doomstead Diner. Later.